friends that are within a specific group. Is this going?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
Don't stop this time.
I started a group chat for a group of my friends who are all within the same friend group, right? And every morning I text them, why is today a good day? And just to kind of like, one, boost positivity, two, see why, like just to spread positivity and also see what's going on in everybody's life, like that specific day.
Just a
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, like, why is today a good day for you? And then, like, say, it's, like, really low-key because it's just, like, sometimes, like, people won't respond if they're too busy, and sometimes they will, and it's just, like, really cool. And I also text a couple other people that, like, separately. Like, I text my little sisters that, and I text one of my best friends, Hannah, that, and then Alex, too, but him and I don't talk, well, we haven't been talking every day this week, but... yeah, just to kind of see, like, what's up with everybody. And then it's low-key, because then you don't have to be like, how are you? What are you doing? Like, just give me a snapshot of your day, you know?
Anyways, this is Hot Takes, Two Mics.
Hot Takes, Two Mics, Positivity Edition.
Yeah,
At least my topics are positivity-focused.
I have, like, a few, like, things that have been going on.
Oh, yes, you have.
So, what do you think I want to bring up first?
I don't know how personal you want to get on the podcast. So, what do I think you want to bring up first? Daylight savings time and how it sucks ass?
Oh, and like how it's like it was invented by someone that wanted to look at bugs for longer periods of time. Convince his government to like do that because they could save coal on energy.
You know,
and then it comes out later that it doesn't matter.
It literally is so frustrating because I got hit with like a double whammy. Daylight savings time happened and I got a new job that starts an hour earlier. So I lost like 2 hours of my morning.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, it's so frustrating because it's like I wake up and then I'm like already late for work. And I'm like, it's like the weirdest, like luckily I work remote, but like it is definitely been a little bit of a challenge. It's Tuesday, so we'll talk about it next week as well to see where I'm at. But yeah, it's definitely been a challenge.
But did we talk about last time I finished my book?
Yeah, we did. And then we talked about you giving it to me, which you have. And
Yes.
then I've been...
And then you have read one page.
Okay, let's put some context in it for... Yeah, let's put some context in it for the audience. I was in New York all week for onboarding onto my new job. Got home, then literally within 18 hours, left the state again to go to Savannah, Georgia for a wedding. And now we're one day into me being home. So... let's put it into context here.
Well, also, I'm just busting your chops.
No, I know. I do plan to read it because I read every night before I go to sleep for like anywhere from like 20 minutes to an hour, just depending on like how tired I am. So I do plan on it being my daily reader until I'm finished up. Turbo the dog's making a entrance if you can hear him breathing heavy. It's not me.
But I've done like...
Let's talk about how many people did you give the OG manuscript, which is what you gave to me, which I do plan to keep.
Second draft. I gave you the second draft, which is... if I gave you the OG, a lot of it doesn't make sense. I dropped certain other things, and then like...
Okay, well, that's still going to be worth money someday, so I do plan to have you autograph it and keep it.
Okay, yes, I will do the second draft. But the first draft is gone to the ethers.
Good. That makes this one more valuable in 20 years.
Yeah. I'll autograph it if you want me to. You're probably the only one I actually would autograph it for because you're probably the only one that would actually ask for it.
Yeah.
Everyone else would be like, yeah, whatever.
I believe in you. I think you're going to get big one day, and I can't wait to own this manuscript and be like, have your autograph in the manuscript in like a little shadow box on my wall, and have to have like impenetrable like glass so robbers can't steal it. And then one day when I retire, I'm going to be like, sorry, Jacob. Oop, bleep that. I'm going to have to say, sorry, I'm selling this so I could retire in some cool tropical place. You're going to be like, okay. I'll be like,
That's gonna be my reaction. You know me so well. You already know my reaction to that entire conversation as, okay.
I already lived this reality once. I've thought it through.
That means you also have to take care of it.
Yeah, no, I will. I actually personally have a box of papers of like, and within this box of papers, it's like all memories and all things that I'm going to keep hold of. And yeah, it's like one of those like really heavy duty like bins. So I'm going to put it in there when I'm done.
And you're also going to help me like promote it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I work in marketing, of course. I can do it with my eyes closed.
There was a meme someone showed me of like perspiring writers. It's all like clean shaven, nice dressed looking man, and then self-published. It's have you seen Beetlejuice?
The first or second?
First.
Yeah, I've seen both. I don't know why I asked that. I could have just said yes.
And like the all disheveled, like crazed look. It says like aspiring writers, the clean shaven one, and then self-published writers that have been editing and writing for years and self-marketing and trying to publish. It's those like two dichotomies, and I'm just sitting there going, I've been like on and off writing for like a better part of 15 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I think you've read like not even first drafts, like first few pages of some stories. It just came out of my head out of nowhere.
Well,
some of the stories like I think of something like this one. I was like, I saw a scene from a video game, and I want a fantasy version of that.
Well, I want to back it up a little bit because, like, you have been writing for a better part of 15 years. But I think, like, what makes your story, like, your own personal story about it so cool is that, like, you've put a lot of time and effort into getting to the place where you could sit down and write a 300-page book. Like, because when you first started, you would only be able to get through a couple of pages and then you'd get frustrated or you'd lose the patience and you would just stop. And then it slowly progressed. And then you worked with an author. Then you like did more and then you did more and then you did more. And then now you wrote this long ass book and you finally like finished something and you're able to work through whatever your issues throughout these 15 years were.
Honestly,
you're able to work
I'm going to tell
that.
you what it is. It is, I get stuck, and there are too many options to go forward. Mm-hmm. Thanks to like AI, I'm able to put into a prompt of, hey, I want it to go from here to here. Mm-hmm. It gives me something. Mm-hmm. And then I work on that something, and then I continue going on. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I like the first draft. I dropped certain things. I like did other things, and I was just writing to write, and just to get to what a normal book is, which is 50K. Mine's right now is 100K. It's probably going to be a little bit more once it's finished. Just adding some like little details and grammar structure, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think it's like really, like I'm really proud of you for finally like getting to this end product, and I'm sure you're gonna do it a bajillion times again. But I think like the journey to get here is just as beautiful as like the actual. I'm really excited to read it.
I want to make merch of like the first book, of like T-shirts and like little like, cause a little bit of a spoiler. There's a Jeep that becomes self-aware.
Oh God.
And I want to have a T-shirt that says Axel, best friend on four wheels.
Okay.
I want a shirt like that. And how far did you get into it?
I literally have only read like the first page.
Have you got to the camping part? No. Okay.
think so.
This is a little bit of a spoiler for the first chapter, but I'm also planning on like the first chapter to be on my website for free.
Yeah.
So like people can
sense.
read it and be like, "Ooh, I want to know what happens next," because this is actually kind of like depressing and like exhilarating, and I want to know what happens with his sister, and I want to know like all this stuff. Because honestly, the first draft is he just leaves. He just leaves with like a hope and a prayer. This one, okay, he gets a call. He has his sister being kidnapped, and he needs to go on this journey. That is the initial incident. Where was I? One of the scenes is he comes downstairs. His mother goes, "Where are you going?" The world's going to shit at this moment. He just goes, "Camping." So I want a shirt of like his initial kit, and just the caption of "Camping."
That's actually hilarious. That would be a really cool idea. But you just gave a big spoiler.
Well, for the first chapter, and I'm planning that for it to be free.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh, there's also something else that happens during the first chapter that's like kind of sad. And it really does like continue to like prod at him throughout the entire thing. I also don't. I wrote this scene to fill in the gap of why he left, and it's a plot hole. I filled in the plot hole, and now I'm going to use that filled in plot hole to add a little bit more. Because, like, at the end of the story, he's been dealing with, like, rejection and, like, a soldier coming back home and, like, dealing with, like, not able to hold down a job, not able to, and then he fails. And then later on, like, what does that do to, like, someone? And
Failure?
yeah,
That's
because
a lot.
he continuously fails and through like not able to hold a job. I want to talk about more of this.
Yeah, no, don't, because you're going to spoil the book. I want to read it for myself.
One,
But I think it's really fun, and I'm excited to talk about it. But you also want these people to read the whole book. You can't just give spoilers.
I know, but I really want to talk. It's just a nagging like. Don't talk about it, but also talk about it. Don't talk about it. Talk about it. Don't talk about it. Talk about it.
Well, once I know a little bit more next week, let's talk about it then.
Yeah.
Because you're going to ruin it for me. And I don't care about the audience, but I don't want it ruined for me.
Like, I want to talk about it so badly, but I also don't want to spoil it.
Well, let's talk about something that could be framed for the book. Do you believe in manifestation?
No.
You do not?
No, I do not.
Okay, why?
It's never worked for me before. Why would it ever work for me now?
That's why it's not working.
That
right there.
That is the biggest load of you haven't believed hard enough. Just believe hard enough. Bullshit I've ever heard.
Well, the saying goes, if you feel it's true, it's true. If you feel you can do something, you can. If you feel you can't, you can't. So I feel like manifestation is a bit multifaceted because it's not just like this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. It's like creating a reality of like, I want my life to look like this. I want this path to look like this. I want this situation to look like this. Because the amount of ways that you could get to that reality are infinite, right? And it most usually does not look how you would think it does. It's just like, for instance, like, I want to be a millionaire. You're thinking, I'm going to win the lottery. I'm going to win the lottery. I'm going to manifest I'm going to win the lottery. Okay. Or you can manifest, I want to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. And you're going to start shifting your reality to being like, okay, I see this opportunity and this opportunity. Some people might win the lottery, but most people could still get to be a millionaire by simply like willing themselves to get this amount of money or do this, and somehow, some way, they're shifting their reality, aka their choices and the way they're viewing the choices laid out in front of them and curating their path towards that reality. That's how I view it, at least. And the reason why I bring it up is because you said I'm probably one of the only people who think that, or would think to have you autograph it. But it's just like, I genuinely think that like writing, and after your path to get here and how creative you are and like how much time you spend on it, I really think you could be like the next Steven Spielberg.
You're not the only one that said that.
So like
Not Steven Spielberg, but Stephen King.
Oh, geez, I'm kidding. I don't know who these people are anyways. Who's Steven Spielberg? He's a screenplay, right? Or
he
let me Google
it. What is it? E.T.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg directed E.T.
He's a director.
Yeah, he's a director.
See, okay, nobody in the audience come for me. I quite literally have brain rot. And I am the most unknowledgeable, knowledgeable person I've ever met personally.
But isn't that like our lives? Is we know so much, but then also know nothing.
Yeah. I tried to have an intelligent conversation the other day about the type of alcohol I drank. And
are you drinking the alcohol, or are you drinking alcohol now, or no?
No, not right now.
I want to try the wine with you.
Oh my gosh, next week.
Okay.
Next week, because the time change is really kicking my butt.
Okay.
So I don't want to be drinking. I'm going to drink NyQuil here in a second to help me go to sleep earlier. But anyways, I was trying to have a intelligent conversation with this person, and he goes, "Oh, what's your favorite type, or what's your favorite brand of tequila?" Because I said I drink tequila. I kid you not, I could not think of one brand of tequila. I could not think of one single brand. I was just I have no idea what a single brand of tequila. And I thought about it, and I thought about it. I was like, honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know how tequila is made, even though I definitely do. I don't know anything about tequila. All of a sudden, I know nothing. I know nothing about something that I most definitely do. It was the most awkward thing, because I was like, oh, I look like an idiot. And I'm like, what the is going on with my brain? Like no recall. Like
tequila is one of those there's always going to be there's always going to be a finite amount no matter what. Mm-hmm. Because I think the plant takes about 50 years to ripen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, you can't grow this plant fast enough. Mm-hmm. Like whiskeys, you can every year there's more.
Yeah.
Because it comes from grain. So it comes from corn or...
Potato. Well, not whiskey.
That's vodka.
Yeah.
It comes from a grain. Mm-hmm. And then you distill it, and you put it in a barrel to age. You can increase that because you get more land every year to grow more crops.
Well, land's also finite. But...
Well, yes, but you can reuse that land to grow more crops. So you can...
Until all the soil's depleted, and then we all die of starvation. But that's like in a century or two. We don't have to worry about that. But
okay, fucking 3 sisters, and then they continuously reintroduces nutrients into the system.
Yeah, well, not everybody does it, but anyways, I digress.
Yeah. But like tequila, it takes so long for the plant to ripen and to get into that age where you can harvest it. It's very finite. Mm-hmm. That's why a lot of tequilas are really expensive.
Yeah, especially if it's a good one. Yeah. The moral of the story, I literally could not think of one brand, and I literally sat there looking at my new boss like, because he collects alcohol. Yeah, I drink tequila. Oh, what's your favorite brand? and I sat there for like it was the. I think I should go to the doctor because because that has been happening quite a bit to me where I just like have no recall. I don't know if it's social anxiety or like illness in my brain.
It honestly, it just could be like you just never thought of like getting any of that information. You just think of tequila, and that is it.
I think that is kind of the way I think about it.
Because
I really
then
don't give a shit. I only have so much room in my brain. At least that's like somebody said that one time to me, and like I really latched on to that because it really resonated. Like I only have so much room in my brain, and I don't care about what I don't care about. Genuinely, thoroughly, I'm not fighting you over nothing. I don't care unless I do, and then if I do. I know it, I'll talk about it, but then if I no longer care, a month from now, you ask me the same question, I'll be like, what?
Oh, man, there's been a few, like,
Okay, wait.
What?
Let's go back. So manifestation to you being
goodness.
a famous author. So when you publish this and you write the next one, you're not going to be manifesting and dreaming and like imagining you're this famous author, because if you're not, I think you should. I heard this one saying the other day. It's not a saying, somebody just said it.
Here's the thing. I'm just going to put it in God's hands and not worry about it.
Well, I heard this. Okay, actually, Joe Rogan said it. Everybody knows who Joe Rogan is. And he said, I forgot who he was talking to in this podcast, but he said something to like this person who's like, yeah, I tell, like, he was telling his friend or telling somebody of like, oh, you know that person who you pretend to be to get these girls or to get the job or to do this or to do that. Wouldn't it be easier to just be that person? Just be that person, because it's a choice. So like, if you want to be this charming, elegant person, I'm just like using an example, just be a charming, elegant person and do it consistently, and then you're that person. And I think that has a lot to do with like imposter syndrome too. Like if you
Fake it until you make it.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you are that person. If you're that person for a fraction of the time, you can be that person for the full time. You just have to allow your mindset to think and feel that way. So I think if you think that you're going to be a famous author, you will be. And I can see it. I can envision it for you. I see it. I feel it. So I think you should just be moving like you're a famous author already. And I haven't even read the book. I just feel it. I feel something good in the air.
All I've been given this is good. Like,
But also, some of the people that you give it to, you have to understand, this is not their type of reading.
No, my cousin, perfect example. She goes, yeah, this doesn't have as much sex as I like it, but I'll read it for you. And I'm just like, that's all I ask. Is just read it. Tell me your honest thoughts of what you think of it. I know it's not going to be for everyone. I know 100% it's not going to be for everyone. I've already gotten like from my uncle saying, hey, I got to chapter 2. I really like the fight scene. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Because, yeah, that fight scene is like desperation from the main character. Mm-hmm. He is not an invulnerable like being. He shoots a person and the guy dodges the bullet.
Oh. Okay. Stop with the spoilers!
I want to tell it so badly.
Jeez, you're ruining it for everybody.
No, this is just going to make him want to read it. There could be like comments underneath going,
no, because if you tell all the good parts, everybody already knows all the good parts.
There's also other good parts.
Okay, well, don't tell us, because then we don't get to make it. Then we don't get to make the assessment ourselves.
Okay. But yeah, so I know. Where was I going? Oh, But that's like the only stuff I've gotten so far is my uncle, my friend who said like grammar is killing him, but it's a good story. It's good so far. Like that's all I get, and I put it into a program. The only thing that it said I'm lacking is pacing, and I don't know how to like work on that.
Yeah, I don't even know what pacing is.
How the story flows and how it goes. But I'm thinking, and there's like, because this story is the first, I have to introduce a lot of like new things that I want to expand upon later. The curses, how magic works. That's what I'm working on now, is how all that magic system is working, how technology is going to be affected by magic, how society is going to be affected by magic. Because
What's magic?
like sorcery.
In the book?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life. I was like, what are you talking about? Is this a program? Sorry, I don't.
I'm talking about the book.
Okay, I don't know. I legit was like, what are you, like, I don't know. Something must have not like computed in my head.
Did you have like a stroke or something?
I don't know. I guess I tuned out for 1 second and missed the switch back to the book. That's my ADD for you.
I never stopped talking about the book.
Well, we were talking about the book and about pacing, and then the next thing I know, you're talking about how magic is affecting the world, and I'm like, what is magic? I don't know. This is my ADD. Jesus, it's like,
Okay.
what are you doing? That literally, I felt so surreal because I was like, is there something going on that I don't know? Is the world actually ending and we're all just going camping? It's like, what? Also, who's doing the magic?
But yeah, how magic starts affecting it, and because also in this world, like,
Stop. Just stop.
Okay.
We'll talk more later.
Okay.
You're ruining the book for me.
I'm like-
I can only tell you that so many times.
Okay.
He just doesn't respect it. All right, new topic. We already
topic.
talked about manifestation. We briefly talked about my group chats where I ask everybody why is today a good day? So I'm going to ask you, why is today a good day? Maybe I'll add you to my text chain of why is today a good day?
Why is today a good day? What?
Yeah, I'm going to start texting a group chat with Mom and saying that to you guys every day. You better respond. He sucks at responding.
So do you.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
The cat's calling. What's this phrasing? The cat's
The pot's calling the kettle black. And I have my phone on Do Not Disturb throughout the day. It's like an automatic thing. And so half the time I don't see texts. And then like 4 hours later, I'm like, oh, shoot, focus is on. And then I'll click off, and then I'll see like a bunch of texts. I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm just like ignoring people liking their stories and stuff and just straight ignoring their texts. And I'm like, ooh, geez, I look like
you look like you don't care about anyone.
Yeah.
You should probably let people know, like, hey, from this time to this time, I have it on mute. I'm not going to respond.
Well, it should. I thought iPhones tell other iPhones that it's on.
Sometimes.
I'll go in my settings because, like,
Sometimes
I think that would be helpful.
Sometimes it lets you know. Other times it doesn't.
See, look, focus filter. So I turned it off. I didn't even see. And you'll see it go up and down.
Yeah.
So, because it's at the house. I don't know why. I've turned on this setting like forever ago, and now it just randomly. I don't know the rhyme or reason. I thought it was like working hours, and then it's like I think it's like for when I'm home. But anyways, back to it. Why is today a good day? It could be anything.
I worked on the ideas for the second book.
Is this a follow-up book or a separate idea?
Follow-up book.
Okay.
Because I want the next book I'm going to work on after I'm done with all my tests to become an aircraft mechanic. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I kind of want to just be an aircraft mechanic so I can work on my own airplanes and just not hire anyone to do that.
Gotta buy a plane first.
Well, you can build them.
That's scary.
No, not really.
I would be really sick. I do not trust myself enough to do that.
Do you trust me?
Yeah, I trust you.
Okay, so I'm going to buy
I might triple check.
I'm going to buy the.
Who's gonna fly the plane?
I'm get a pilot's license.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the FAA license. Like it has all your certifications that are under the FAA on that one license. So I want to be jump certified. I want to be those eyes. I want to be jump certified.
But my thing is, I think you would get up there after having done it. I think you'd get up there and you'd say no. Because it really is one of those things that it's just like, oh, shit.
I think one time, if I do it once, I can do it again.
Yeah, 1,000%. And I felt the same way. Because, like, when I got up there, I was like, I don't really want to do this. But I was with, like, 2 other people. It's like, ah. And then one person really, really wanted to do it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, what? And then, like, she really wanted to do it. And she was, like, the most chicken out of all of us. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then she went, and I was like, now I really have to go. And
also to tell people, I am definitely afraid of heights.
Yeah, no, I like 1,000% audience. I would pay good money. I like when he goes, I'll go with him just to like.
I have to lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, but are you getting your 10K steps in?
I should because like I need to be doing something and like listen to like the flashcards to actually for it to be implanted.
You should, and just walking, giving you like something to give your body. Like,
after I'm done with the general, I also kind of want to go to like Kenya for a month to like get out of the house and to like have my fiance help me study. Because she's gonna be on me like white on rice to like study and get everything like up and running.
That's a really good way to frame why you need to go to Kenya for a month. I mean, I agree. But, and also, like, you should, because, like, I feel like if you're listening to the vocab cards and you're, like, moving your body, for me, so I'm just putting myself in your shoes, it would allow me to focus better because my body's already doing something. I'm not fidgeting. I'm not focusing on anything other than, like, I'm walking and listening. I'm walking and listening. I like to do it with my podcasts. I'm trying to get into the habit of getting like 3,000 to 4,000 steps in first thing in the morning. But this goddamn daylight savings time, I swear to God, right as I got into a really good rhythm, it really just
I got into a good rhythm, and then daylight savings happened, and I'm good. I can do something for a week. It's that like month that I have to keep at it before like.
Why don't you just come over here at like 6 a.m.? I know you can get up early, and then we'll walk together.
Tomorrow I'm going to be helping out my dad with some lawn care.
Are you going down south?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to be helping out him tomorrow, but like Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. So Thursday, come over at like 6:30. So get up at 6, come over at 6:30, or be here at 6:30. Does that work?
Yeah.
So be here at 6:30, and we'll get our coffees or our waters, and you put your headphones on, and I put my headphones on. Because if you want, you don't have to, but if you want to listen to your flashcards, we'll just walk. We get like 3,000 to 4,000 steps in, walk for 45, 50 minutes. That would help you lose a lot of weight, just doing that. Because I read this thing, why I'm so on it, is that 150 years ago, the average amount of steps a human took was over 24,000. 10,000 steps is the equivalent, rough equivalent, to 5 miles. So the average human would walk 10 to 13 miles a day. That's crazy. And also, 1 mile is the equivalent of 5,000 steps or 500 calories. I don't know why I just said that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Also, same thing. Yeah, you have to walk everywhere in Kenya too.
Yeah, that'd be good. Another thing that I want to start doing, I don't know if you'd be interested in this, but you could be. I'm going to get one of those smaller trampolines and start bouncing for 10 minutes a day. It's really good for like your lymphatic system, which helps like drain your body, which also like helps you like with water retention and just like your overall muscles, and it's really good for your legs. So I want to start doing that.
I've never heard of like jumping as like a exercise. Like,
You know, like the
in
vibration-
the 80s.
Yeah, well, you know, like the shake plates.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have one at the house. It's similar to that. So like you should shake plate for like 10 minutes a day. But I like the trampoline idea rather than the vibration plate because that also, it will do the same thing. But it will help your legs like tone up like on the trampoline. The vibration plate is better for lymphatic drainage to my knowledge. And the trampoline is kind of like a cross between the two. So I want to do that for 10 minutes in the morning because he has a standing desk. So in the mornings, I'll like do like standing while jumping at the standing desk while I work. And then before that, we'll go on walks every morning for at least 45, 50 minutes. And then you should go on one at like night with Mom. Like she would definitely do it.
Oh yeah, no.
Just
Because I was doing it at night for like a week straight, like every day. And then I stopped. And then it's hard.
Consistency is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. I would be the pot calling the kettle black. I also do the same thing. I'm really good for a week, and then a week goes, and then I'm either, if I stick with it past a week, I'll do it. If I
by the
don't,
way,
I won't.
Do you get like a surge of like relief once you're like done with a project?
Yeah. But the one thing that I've implemented in my adult life.
Was that like a yeah, I really do, or yeah, no, I don't?
Oh, yeah. No, 1,000%.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I will. So in my adult life, I do not put things off. If I put something off, like that, there's a difference between putting something off and like just simply not having time and like having to work it into a schedule. 1,000%. I'm not like just some crazy person that just ingests 50,000 tasks and expects that to get done in one day. But I don't put things off. As soon as I can do something, I will do it. Like, because if I put it off, I won't do it. And then next thing I know, it's been 2, 3, 4 months. And then I'm like, ugh. And it's the weirdest thing because like I can be so on top of something, but the moment I procrastinate something, forget it. I'm not doing it. So I just decided, and I mean, I'm not perfect, of course, but I decided I'm just not going to procrastinate stuff. But again, that also leads to me kind of biting off more than I can chew sometimes.
Yep. I don't get any like sort of relief once I'm done with anything, honestly.
That's because I don't feel like you get anxiety. You're like one of the most easygoing people that I know. Like, literally, the world could be ending, and you'd be like, okay. Like, that is a literal conversation we've had many times where I'm like, oh my God, this and this. And you're like, okay. I think you got, like, not hit with the anxiety stick.
No, but, like, I do get anxiety from things, but it's also, I don't get the relief once it's, like, if I complete it or not.
That's interesting.
Like, there's no, like, release valve. It's just constantly building up. And that's why it's, like, I think that's why I have the so, like, whatever attitude. Because it's, well, it's going to suck anyway, so...
Yeah.
And I'm going to get no relief from it. And that, I told Mom that, it boggled her mind. Like, she couldn't wrap her head around that of, yeah, I get it, but I also don't get any relief when I get it done.
I think you should do stuff that you like more.
Why do you think I finished the writing?
I will say, because you have a really laissez-faire attitude, I feel like sometimes, I mean, I think you're in the driver's seat of your life for sure, but I feel like sometimes you can be swayed in directions and you'll do things because other people want you to do them. So, like, yeah, when you complete a project that, like, your heart was never in the first place,
Most of high school.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to you because it's just like your heart wasn't in the right place. Like when you finished the book, you were excited for sure. So I think you should just
Even that, I wasn't even like that excited. It was just more of a, huh, that's cool.
well, like you were, yeah.
But like I finally felt like I actually accomplished something, and it was so minute I barely even noticed.
I noticed because you called me like 3 times just to like get the manuscript. Yeah, and I was running around doing errands. That's another fun.
Well, you said yes on this date, and then switched it, and then I got more and more annoyed. It was annoyance more than anything.
Yeah, you did get annoyed at me. Sorry. I mean that was right. Well, so when you originally called me, because like you texted me, and that was Saturday, and that Saturday morning, I had to drop Jared off at the airport.
I think.
So then I was at the airport, and then I was driving. So I was like, all right, I'm going to text him back. But after the airport, I went directly to a Pilates. It was either a spin or a Pilates class. So then I'm doing that. And then when I got back into the car, I was like, okay, I'll call him when I get home. And then you called me, and I was in the shower. And then when I finally got done doing what I was doing that morning, I was like, yeah. I was meeting a friend, and I was like, yeah, I'll be home around 5. And then the friend pushed back what time she was getting. We went to Wekiva Island.
Oh.
So when I was supposed to meet, Jules, when I was supposed to meet Jules at 1, I didn't end up meeting her until 2:30. So I was like, what am I going to do? Go to the island for an hour and a half? And so then I was like, all right, let's push it to the next morning. And then the next morning I was not feeling good. I was throwing up. Oh my God, it was terrible. Oh. Then I had to turn around and go to New York. So lots of excuses. I am sorry about that. It's just the way that the morning was going.
Everything happened at once.
Yeah.
I completely understand. But like, I don't know any of that.
Yeah.
I learned about it right now.
Yeah.
Like, having that knowledge of just hey, everything happened at once, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, it's the keeping me in the dark and, like, constantly switching plans. That's when I'm getting annoyed. But if you tell me what's going on, I'm like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I feel like over text, that stuff happens. So I should get better at just, like, picking up the phone when stuff like that happens. And I feel like because, like, who I have in my life and like, the type of personalities I have in my life, I often... And I'm not a victim by any means. I could do things like picking up the phone rather than sending a text. Things are always shifting around, like my Poppy. Oh my God. You make a plan with him, like, all right, we're going to do this. You call him at that time, and he's like, what are you talking about? No. And then it'll take him, like, he'll say, okay, give me 1 hour. At 2 hours, you're calling him, and you're like, what the heck? And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll be right there. 3 hours later, you're like, dude, what? I have other things to do. Like, this is infuriating. And then he's my grandfather, so I feel bad if I just say, all right, fine, I'm not talking to you for that today. Like, I'm not going to do it, you know? Then I feel guilt-tripped because he's getting older, and it's just, it's terrible. But anyways, more of the story. I am sorry. And next time I'll just pick up the phone.
Honestly, it's not just you that does it. It's a lot of people that do it. Like,
it's a bad habit.
They make plans, and then something happens, and I'm just sitting here going, well, I'm here on time, and no one else is.
You're really punctual.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think it's like part of like...
Your dad is crazy punctual, so that's why you're punctual, because you were raised like that. Like, if he said 10... It was 10.
Yeah.
10:01, it's done. No. It's like He was he's very
Which
particular about
I
that.
think helps with like job because I'm
Mm-hmm.
never like tardy. Mm-hmm. If I'm tardy, I'm either like in a car accident or something's going on with my car. Mm-hmm. I'm never tardy. I usually have like, okay, I can go at this time before I'm even like a minute late. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm always early, yeah. And if something happens, because there was a time where I had to call my boss going, hey, all the roads out of this town are blocked. I'm trying to figure out a different way in.
Yeah. I'm very hit or miss.
Yeah.
With work, I'm always on time. I'm a minute or two early.
And funny enough, with that like story, I was like a minute late.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
He didn't even notice. He was like, yeah.
Okay.
He could not even called me, and you would have been fine. I go, cool.
Well, that's nice. He has trust. He had a lot of trust in you. Like,
Oh.
with my work, since I work remote, I'm, like, never late because I, like, don't have an excuse to be. And, like, well, now that I have to get ready because it's, like, a cameras on culture, it's like, ugh, fuck off.
Just send me emails.
I hate having my camera on, especially at, like, 8 in the morning. Because my boss already has habitually put 8 a.m.s on my calendar. And I'm like, you put an 8 a.m. on a Monday after daylight savings time. I was like, you really got the wrong one. What the heck? Anyways.
Don't usually businesses like really open up at 9?
Yeah, I don't know why it's 8 to 5. I really don't. And I don't even take a lunch. But now I've started to because I'm like, I'm taking my hour back. Like, I would rather start at 9 and not deal. So that's going to be something I talk to him about tomorrow. But anyways, with work, I'm never late. Socially, 10 minutes late. Always. I don't know why. Socially, always 10 minutes late. I don't know why. And it's actually something that I'm like cognizant of. And I always tell myself, like, don't be late. And then I'm like getting it together. And then I'm always 10 minutes late. And it's always because I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And then like, I have to take Turbo out. Or he wants to stay out there and like will not go to the bathroom. Or like, he has like shit on his ass. Like something always happens when I'm trying to get out of the door. And I'm always 10 minutes late. And it's like this weird little looming like curse I have. I don't even know. It's really frustrating because it's something that I have tried to work on. And it's like something always comes up. And then I feel like shit because then I'm always like, well, something came up. It's like, well, something always comes up. It's the most frustrating thing. I swear to God. I literally, I don't even know what to say about that. I actually think someone put a tardy curse on me. Because like if it's not remote on a laptop that I could just like log into at a time and have like an alarm on my phone, like getting out of the house is really, really challenging, and living here is also really challenging because of the road. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, he also like had me come over here when like it was rush hour.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You forgot about. I'm sitting here. I'm like, it should be good, and then I remembered. Oh yeah, it's rush hour. Not getting there on time.
The person I live with, he got out of work early, and just for the audience, he works in Big Law. Him getting out early is unheard of. He works like 60, 70, 80 hours a week consistently. Like he's in the office till like 8:30 typically, right? Give or take a few minutes. The other day, for whatever reason, he did not have to work. And he was done by 5. It was unheard of. And he literally comes home and he's just like, what in the world? This traffic is terrible. Blah, blah, like it went on and on. I was like, this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. This is why I don't want to live here anymore. He's like, this was unbearable. I was 8 minutes from the house. It took 25 minutes. I was like, dude, I live this life every day. I hate it. We live in the busiest street in the state. and quite literally
Oh.
the busiest street in the state. And
Really?
yeah, because like this road is massively long, but it's just like honestly ruining my life. I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't want to live here again.
From like 4 o'clock to 7,
yeah.
you can't leave your house.
No. I went to a hot mat Pilates class before this, and I was like, all right, 4:30 should be like easier. It's like outside of the range, and I was like, I'm gonna be taking back streets, so I was like, yeah, it's 10 minutes away. I'll leave with 15 minutes. I was like, and I got dressed this morning because I'm trying to get dressed every morning for work now that I have to be on camera.
Oh, you can't go in your PJs?
Nope, can't. I literally went to the mall last week just to get shirts. Like, all I have is going out clothes. I don't have like just t-shirts that are like not t-shirt, because it's not appropriate.
You don't have
to wear,
a
like,
business casual t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to go. I like went to H&M and got like 5 different like shirts. But anyways,
You think they're gonna notice that like you have a pattern?
I don't even care. Like,
it's Tuesday. She's gonna be wearing pink.
yeah. Well, so anyway, I tried to drive to this class. It took me 25 minutes. So during this time, the back roads are busier than the main roads. And I was like, what the... And anyways, so yeah, this area is outrageous.
Yep, and
And
that's
I'm late
why
to
I want to go
everything.
in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
That goes into my curse of being late. I literally was 10 minutes late to the class that I left 5 minutes early for. Dude, I'm not even kidding you. It's like no matter how hard I try, the universe is like, nope, fuck you. It's like, damn, dude, what did I do?
And my fiance, she actually like grew up in a village. Mm-hmm. So like she's completely fine with like having she's actually talked to me about like having a little garden and like growing some vegetables and some like animals.
That would be a lot of fun.
And I'm like, yep.
That's what you want.
That's 100% what I wanted. And having like a nice home with my literal man cave. Because I want to have a bunker and that'll be my literal man cave.
Okay.
Hey,
I mean, I support you. Don't
when
judge
I am
that.
a famous writer that has more money than, what's her name? The one that did Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling?
Will have more money than J.K. Rowling. I'll have plenty to make a bunker.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I believe it 1,000%. I'm just thinking about the bunker and why we would need one. But literally, all these billionaires are having these bunkers made, and that makes you really think.
Probably because of the polar shift. Mm-hmm. That's going to happen within like 2030 or 2040.
My thing is, like, why even would you want to be alive?
Because Earth will still be here. It's just going to be a week of chaos.
Yeah. 1 week, you think?
No, it like goes slowly and then quickly flips. Like there's like fossil records of this like happening multiple times.
So what is this polar shift going to look like for us? What do you think?
We might see the Aurora Borealis in like
What is
Florida.
that?
Like when you like look up and you see like shiny like streaks of like green and
Oh, yeah,
purple. Yeah, that.
Oh, yeah. Like the Northern Lights?
Yeah, the Northern Lights is another name for Aurora Borealis.
Okay.
You might see that in like Michigan or Georgia for like a day, and then it continues going on.
Interesting.
Travel is going to be so much more difficult because we've based it off the magnetic north. It won't affect GPSs as much because they go off of satellite connections. So how GPS works is you have 3 satellites looking down, and you're beaming a signal. That signal is picked up by one satellite. Another one trajectorizes finds where that signal comes from too, and then a third one takes it and it goes to like your position. So it uses those three signals from your GPS signal to triangulate where you are in the world.
I have a question.
I have an answer. Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
So when this happens and all of these billionaires are in these bunkers and a majority of the people who are survive are the elite, the top 0.0001 of the world, like the billionaires, right? Do you think that's going to equalize the wealth in this world?
No, they're gonna die.
No, yeah, they're idiots. No offense to them. I mean, business savvy, for sure, or just very lucky.
That's very, unless you have a society to actually not prop them up, but help support them to support others, they die. Yeah. They either cease to be billionaires or they die.
Well, it's just like, it's just like, what's his name? Mansa Musa, the guy, like the richest guy to have ever lived. He literally collapsed Egypt's.
Oh, he collapsed
Egypt's economy by giving the poor all of this gold, and then so it's just like if you think about it. So if there's only billionaires in the world, none of them are like they're all billionaires, but that's the new standard, right? So
no,
it's like an interesting.
Because they need, because they don't have the correct skills to survive without people. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so they might survive until their supplies run out, and then
I think some of them have to have the skills. Like some of them have to have some of these skills. Like Jeff Bezos, I'm sorry, I don't feel like he knows how to hunt and gather. No. I mean, if he does, Jeff Bezos, if you hear or listen to this, like, fuck off. Pay your people fairly. Like, you literally have enough wealth. Like, you don't have to own anything for the rest of your, or make a single dollar for the rest of your life, and you'll still live an extravagant life. Anyways, moving on. I don't feel like he can hunt and gather. Mark Zuckerberg, I did not like him a lot. And then...
He's a lizard person.
He's 1,000%. And then, but I recently watched this thing on him, or maybe I read something. He's kind of a funny dude. Something tells me he's a little scrappy.
He knows...
Do I think he would die?
Jiu-jitsu,
yeah. But like, after a little while.
But he's also like, I don't think he has a proper constitution to survive.
Well, like I said, I think he'd survive, but not for super long. Longer than Jeff Bezos, though.
Yeah.
Elon Musk immediately dies. He is like literally, he is so egotistical and thinks he's so smart. He would be the first person a T-Rex would eat. Not that I think that this is going to have T-Rexes.
Somehow T-Rexes become existent again.
It's just like in those movies where you have that one person who thinks they're so smart and they immediately die. That would be him. Arnaud Bernard, the guy who owns...
Who the fuck is that?
He's the one who owns LVMH, which basically houses like all the luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Estee Lauder.
Oh, so he's a rich guy that canjers other rich people.
Yeah, basically. For some reason, I feel like him and his family would live.
I don't know enough about him. I didn't even know he existed until just now.
He's like the third or fourth richest person.
Why should that even matter to me?
I don't know. But I feel like something in his eyes, I would not want to be around him. He's a cannibalist. He'll survive by eating other people. Who's another billionaire we know of?
Who's another billionaire we know? Yeah, none of them. Know of. I don't know. All the Saudi princes are dead.
1,000%.
Because there's no food in their country.
Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, they live in the desert. 1,000%. Yeah. They don't have the resources. They just physically don't have the resources. And I also feel like those cultures are so male centric that like hunting and gathering go hand in hand, right? So like in a hunting and gathering society, there needs to
Yeah.
be equals, because I promise you, gathering yields more than hunting a majority of the time.
Over enough period, it equals out.
Equals out, yeah. But on
but
like a consistent period.
On a consistent period, it would be gathering is more sustainable than hunting.
Exactly. Yeah, and that is why in a lot of ancient
Because, like-
cultures, there was more equal treatment. I mean, it was always male-centric, but in the gathering days, women were not seen as, like, less. It was still male-led,
Yeah.
but the idea that
Because like the men are the ones that, if something happens, they're the ones that are going to die.
it was more so that, like, to my understanding, I mean, I could be completely wrong. It was my understanding that, like, in that period of time, like, there were gender roles, and they each were equally important. And the roles were different, 1,000%
Yeah.
different, but equally as important.
Yeah.
Because it made that ball keep rolling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so anyways, so that culture, yeah, definitely died. No resources, and it's so male-centric that, like, yeah, no, they're going to shoot themselves in the foot, and they're all going to argue and all think they're right. So they're dead. Who else is another billionaire?
What do you think the oligarchs in Russia would survive?
For sure. They're
Yeah?
scary.
This-
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The Russians are known for, like, surviving the most brutal weather, the most brutal circumstances. So something about their demeanor, I don't think they're dying without a fight. And they're going to do it drunk.
What about the rich people in Europe?
I think enough of them will survive, but a lot of them will die. Because there's a lot of rich history there that I feel like,
castles will become all the rage again.
yeah, exactly. A lot of them would die, though, yeah. A lot of people will die in general. You'll have to be, and again, like, the ultra wealthy, it won't mean anything anymore.
So, what about people in the rich in China?
Oh, for sure. 1,000%.
They're all going to die?
No, I think they're going to live.
I think they're all going to die.
You think so? Why?
They're a bunch of yes men.
All the rich men in China.
Yeah, they're all rich men to the party.
All the rich, like, leaders,
Yeah.
1,000% are going to die. But, like, the rich people in Hong Kong,
Yeah, if you are rich in China, you're a yes man.
yeah, I guess that's true.
Like, it's a communist society. It is.
The poor people in China are going to live, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Because they've been living under severe, like, economic stagnation
Hardships, yeah.
and corruption, where they're not going to notice anything. Mm-hmm. Their life might actually improve.
Yeah, seriously. But,
Uh,
I mean, that's just our American point of view. Who, like, because you know what I was
that's-
thinking? Wait, you know what I was thinking the other day? You know how, like, North Korea doesn't get real news? I was like, what if that's happening in America?
For the mere fact that we have freedom of the press, it's very hard for fake news to fester for long enough.
Well, the thing is, everything is fake news now. You can quite literally ask Google a question and search till you find the answer that you want.
That is true, yes.
Like, there's so much information out there, and not all of it is factual. Not all of it is true.
But you have the ability to dig enough to find the truth. The
Yeah,
truth
that's
is out there as long as you want to dig for it.
I feel like a lot of people are. It's already 7 o'clock. I literally hate daylight savings time. Can we outlaw this?
I think they finally. I think this is going to be the last one, and they're finally like getting rid of it.
Good.
Because it's a fucking dumb system.
I do like when we get an extra hour.
But then and then we have to pay for it later on, which you're doing right now.
Yeah, and it's really not good. I'm gonna drink some NyQuil because I literally cannot be up all night. This is like ruining my life.
Oh, and you know like the whole bullshit of like, oh, it's for the farmers.
Who's farming? I mean, a lot of America is farmland.
Yeah, but you know that's all bullshit, right?
No. Well, you kind of said something earlier about it, but
Yeah, no, it's because here's the thing. Farming is based off the sun, not the time. The sun doesn't change. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our perception of time does.
Yeah, because that's why their farmers have almanacs.
That's
Because it's based off the sun.
yeah.
Come here. Sorry, I'm talking to my dog. Hello.
But yeah. So the whole thing in America of like, oh, it's for the farmers is complete bullshit.
Yeah. If anybody hears that, that's Turbo. He's saying hello. Ooh, right in the mouth. Don't lick me in the mouth. I tell you that every day. He loves to lick me in the mouth. He's like, ooh. He tries to do it.
I know, and the cat's just sitting there, completely fine.
Yeah, cat's just hanging. Just hanging.
What were we talking about again?
Almanacs.
Oh. Yeah. But we also like talk because I don't think a lot of rich people in Africa will survive. Well,
In Africa? Yeah, I think so. I
think
don't think Africa.
a lot of people will be okay.
Yeah.
I think because there's going to be a lot of reduce of funds for a lot of these countries that get like funds from USAID, from China. A lot of that's going to dry up. I think a lot of countries are going to either turn into something, or they're going to collapse within like corruption.
I think if something like this happens, like 70% of the population is going to die.
I think it's going to be like 20. I don't think it's going to be as high as you might think, but I think it's going to be significant.
I think the younger generation is going to flip their shit. I think people flipping their shit is what's going to cause everyone to die. If you just stay home and like chill out, like wait till things fester out, people are going to be killing each other purely because they're scared.
And on that note, people in Africa have like each home is like a fortress.
Really?
Yeah, they have 8-foot wall fences. They have like steel doors for the mere fact of the wildlife is going to kill you, and it does not care. Mm-hmm. Like for that mere fact. So their homes have to be like secured. They're all made out of brick and concrete and stone. There's very little like flimsy. So I don't think Africa is going to be as affected as everywhere else in the world.
No, they're going to be laughing at the rest of us.
Yeah, because
I mean, there are
if they
definitely a lot of like countries and cities within Africa that are, first world country, very like solidified, have a great economy. But then there's a lot of space that's still, not having proper working electricity and water and whatnot. So like those type of places are not going to be as impacted, and because they're the way that they live will definitely be impacted in some sort of ways, but it's not going to be to the devastation where like in America or Europe is going to feel it, right?
Yeah.
People in America We don't even know how to do anything. You could pick up a person off the side of the street and be like, do you know how to start a fire? They'd be like, what? No. Like, then they wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
So, like, and so it's like, a lot of people will die because they don't know how to do anything. Whereas,
New
like,
York will be drinking human blood within a week.
oh, yeah, I would. The last place you'd want to be is New York City.
Yeah.
You kidding me? People kill each other in New York City because they gave them wrong look. Imagine if there's something serious going on.
Imagine if there isn't electricity for a week.
And you know what? The way you live in New York, like, everybody's on top of each other. Like, you don't have any room for any sort of supplies.
Yeah,
like,
you know what's going to be funny? It's the only available fresh water would be human blood. Because you can't drink the water from you can't drink the river water.
oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
So, you want to call it?
Yep.
All right.
All right. On that note, people are going to be drinking blood in New York City.
after the electromagnetics polar
Flip thing.
people are going to be drinking each other's blood.
Not me. I'll just peacefully go out. I'll be like, better not.
I'm going to be knocking on your door, going to be like, come with us.
I'd be like, all right, let's go. Thank God.
Because, yeah, if I have enough money, it'll be...
Hopefully by then you already have your bunker.
Yeah, I'll have my bunker and be like...
We gotta go.
Just... Plan orange. Initiate. Get to my bunker.
You gotta go now. There's helicopters. I'm like, ah! The helicopter's like, we don't know where you're going. It's just like, go that way. Be crazy.
All
right.
See you guys next week in Hot Takes 2 Mics.
Hot Takes 2 Mics. Subscribe.